Alright, so let's try that again. This looks a little less laggy, so I think I fixed it. For some reason, it was running in 4K. And while usually my computer can handle 4K pretty good, doing 4K while streaming was a little bit too much apparently for it this morning. So we're gonna have to settle for this, and that's okay. This looks much better, right, guys? This looks better. You bigger fan of this? Less laggy. It kind of messed up my UI a little bit here. Probably gonna have to fix that at some point, but it's not terrible. Way better? Okay. Way better it is. Also, you will see me drinking something occasionally. I know I was talking a lot about fasting. I promise I'm not breaking my fast. It's just coffee. So, don't judge me. I just got some coffee this morning. I went out to do photography because I am awful. I am awful at street photography. Like, it is the worst, like, I don't know, subject I do. But I'm trying to get better, and the only way I can get better at it is if I go out and actually, like, do it. You know, I gotta practice with it. So I'm hoping that if I do it a little bit more and I start practicing like once a week or something, I can eventually get it good. No one's judging me. I'm judging me. You know, I made like 3 TikToks about inviting people to do a fast, and then I go and like look like I'm breaking my fast. You know, I don't wanna be a hypocrite. So, man, this UI scaling is horrible. Let's see if I can fix that really quick, because actually, let's just leave it. Let's just leave it where it's at. I don't want to break anything right here. I know I'm not. Just had to say it. But yeah, I'm hoping to get better at like photography, like landscape photography, city photography, and I'm drawing a blank on it. What's the name of that kind of photography I'm awful at? Street photography, just like walking down the street and taking a photo of people or things and making it interesting and good. And I will say, part of that, not to take blame off of me, right? But part of it's not my fault. Because Salem is not an interesting city. Like, it's an ugly city. There's not a whole lot interesting here. There's not a lot of depth to the city. So I would like to say that part of it is not my fault. Part of it is just the area we live in does not have a good city for this. Like, if we lived in Portland, I could probably get a lot better street photography, but Salem is not the greatest. It does have, if you're going to do like people photography, we have some really cool alleyways that are really awesome for like senior photos and photography. So there's like nooks and crannies that are good, but just like taking a picture of the cityscape is not good. The other one I struggle with is like, I know I could get some good pictures of some different areas, but there's a lot of like homeless in the area. And while I'm actually a big believer in, you know, trying to put the problem out there, we can't just ignore the homeless. Like, we should take pictures and show people like, hey, this is what you're forgetting about. This is what's out here. There's also, you know, trying to respect their rights and let them be humans and not like, oh, look at the animals sleeping on the curb, right? Like, so taking photos when they're around is really hard because I don't want them to be uncomfortable. I don't want them to feel like I'm trying to make a spectacle of them, you know? So respecting them and treating them like humans makes it so a lot of areas are unfortunately off limits because we have a huge homeless problem right now. And I would rather respect them and give them dignity than try and focus on, you know, my own photography. So that is also a factor that is in play, and one that I'm usually not too willing to budge on. I did do, when our homeless camp was the absolute worst, I went and got some photographs of it, if nothing else, for like integrity for journalism. I was going to send it into some newspapers in case people tried to say, that it wasn't that bad or there wasn't a problem. But I guess luckily that never came about. We never had anyone trying to deny how bad the problem was. So that was good, I guess. I think. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, here's that hunter again. Alright, let's grab all the quests, communicate the orders. And we need to speak to a bunch of people again. Really want to get back into photography. I'm too broke to do it right now, though. There's a lot of things you can do. If you have a cell phone cameras are awesome, so I highly, highly encourage that. But there are some awesome cameras that you can buy like secondhand for like $100 or $200 that honestly kick some major butt. So I would check out like your used camera stores or even like Facebook Marketplace and stuff. There's actually some awesome deals there. And I can't tell you how many cameras I've come across from people that are like, I thought I wanted to be a photographer, but this isn't for me, so take this camera gear off my hands. So you might be able to find some awesome stuff there, but also cell phone cameras are just in an amazing place right now. There's a few things that they can't do. You can't really do good like telephotos and things like that. But honestly, if you compare cell phone photos next to like your average amateur shooter, I don't think most people would be able to tell the difference between the two. Especially with if you have the newest iPhone, Apple just released the ability to shoot photos in complete RAW, which means when you put them in like photo editing programs and stuff, it makes it even better to like edit them and change them. So that's a huge win for photographers as well. So just keep an eye out on that sort of stuff. I know it's silly. I'm also saying only $100 or $200. I know $100 or $200 is hard to come by right now. Emmy and I were just talking about the recessions and the depressions and everything else we're going by. $100 is a lot of money. So I know I'm just casually saying that, but I understand that not everyone just has $100 around. You have the second newest Pixel. Hey, the Google Pixel. I've heard amazing things about the Google Pixel. On I don't know if yours will have this or if it's only the newest, but they're talking about having like background removal, the ability to remove people out of background photos, isolate subjects, and a lot of other cool features. So honestly, I know I want to be like a real photographer, but I would love if I got into like cell phone photography and just got like Google, Samsung, and iPhone to send me their newest phones and compare like cell phone photography on those. Like, that would be awesome. And I would throw the Pixel in there as well. But, I think I'm trying to do too many things at once also. I want to be a cell phone photographer. I want to be a drone pilot. I want to do RC cars. I want to be a photographer. Like, I want too much. I want the world. And I probably need to limit those expectations just a little bit. Or focus on one thing or another. Like, I really want to do more pet photography. I need to get more on advertising myself as a pet photographer. Emmy also had this really great idea, and I want to jump on it, of doing like set your own price kind of stuff. Where, like, with the holiday season coming up, I know people want professional photography done for them, but it's expensive, right? And I know that not everyone can afford that. So, like, picking up and going to the park or somewhere and just saying, come here, and I will shoot photos for you, and you can pay whatever you want to pay for them. Tip me $5 and we'll call ourselves good, or whatever it may be. And giving, the less fortunate and people who can't afford a luxury like that a chance to have real photos as well. And that's something I really want to do this holiday season as well. I want to be a real photographer, has a website and clients and a portfolio. You are a real photographer. Yeah. It's one of those imposter syndrome things. Like, I could literally have a photo in National Geographic, which is also something I want to do, and I still wouldn't consider myself a real photographer half the time, right? I'd be like, yeah, well, they were just taking pity on me that day and just accepted my photo for whatever reason, I'll always have that imposter syndrome. I know I'm not alone in that. I know a lot of people have imposter syndrome when it comes to whatever it is that they're doing. The fight hyperfocus has moved from perler to RC cars. It has, but the good news is perler beads were really cheap, so I didn't get $1,000 deep into a hobby before switching. So, yeah. So, that's a benefit. That's a plus, right? And that was honestly one of the fears that I had about getting into photography also, was that I would buy this, because my first camera was a Canon Rebel T7. It was $400 and came with 2 lenses. And I was like, okay, if I buy $400 worth of camera equipment and, I don't like it, I'm not out a whole bunch of money, I could resell it, I can get my money mostly back, and I can get out of the hobby, and I'll be okay. So I was okay with that. But then very quickly it turned into, well, I want to take photos of birds, but I can't take photos of birds because they're too far away, and my starter lenses won't do that. So I bought a $2,000 lens, and I was like, I got myself too deep into this. I can't just quit photography now that I have $2,500 of equipment. So, I did it a little bit longer, and then I bought another lens, and then a tripod. And then all of a sudden, now I'm like $10,000 deep into it. It's like, there's no way out. And I'm glad that it turned into like more than a hobby, and it's a huge passion, because I don't know how I could explain that to Emmy. I don't know. I spent $10,000 on this hobby, but I'm done with it, so I want out. I'm too deep. There is no quitting. I don't think I'm allowed to quit at this point. Told no RC cars until you finish all your perler bead set. I will be perlering a lot then, because I found that extra money in my investment account, and then I've got reward points on my credit card. So if I really wanted to, I'd be really close to my RC car, and I'm going to the RC track tonight to do some photography for them, and I'm hoping maybe they'll buy some prints or some other stuff. So here's hoping, and if I can make a little bit of money off of it, then I might be deep into getting an RC car. So my next few streams might be perler beads, trying to get them done. It's your money, bro. That's a you problem. You spend your hard-earned money on your hobbies just like I do. It's all good. Toss a picture of what you're working on in the Discord? Yes, please. Alright, let's collect. This has always been a problem with World of Warcraft 2. So I need to collect skulls off of some of these guys, and not all of them drop skulls, and it's like, how does this guy not have a skull? Why do they not all drop skulls? Why do you not all have skulls? They clearly all have skulls because they're alive, so I know that they try and say, oh, well, it's a game mechanic, or, you accidentally ruin the skull by hitting them too hard, so it doesn't count for the quest, but that's a cop-out. That's a cop-out at best. Oh, it's gonna get close. We're getting our butts kicked here. It's gonna get close. Okay, I popped my healing because I was scared we were gonna lose there. Alright, what quests are we still doing? We're still collecting things, collecting weapons, taking things down. Can we pickpocket these guys? These guys have no pockets to pick either. What's up with all these guys not having pockets either? Emmy found this really cool thing that they're doing where people are writing letters to Santa through the post office, and you can reply as Santa to the letters and send them little gifts and things that they ask for. And I thought it'd be really cool. I've got this thing that lets you print Polaroid photos. I thought it'd be really cool to include a photo of Santa or a photo of Rudolph, since I can print a Polaroid of it. But I'm trying to figure out what would be the best photo of Santa or the best photo of Rudolph to send? Like, do I do the claymation one because that's probably what they've seen on TV? Do I do like a photorealistic one? What is the best photo of Santa and the best photo of Rudolph to send to a kid if I was pretending to be Santa, like writing a letter, you know? Which one do you think would be best? I'm open to all ideas on that. Alright. We're almost done with this quest. Do real reindeer? Just Photoshop a red nose on one of them? I could probably do that. I'm not great at Photoshop, but I think I could Photoshop a red nose onto something pretty easy. I think. Probably. Well, it's literally just putting a red dot on something, right? It can't be that hard. He says, underestimating Photoshop. Alright, so I need one more thing of soil. I need more skulls, and I need to take out more of these guys. Alright, so we're still on this. I'll probably print out a few testers tonight just to see which ones I can do. It'd kind of be cool too, like one of those things that, you know, sounds like fun that would maybe not work out the way it would, but how fun would it be to like dress up as an elf and walk around town and if like any kid's like, oh, are you an elf? Like, oh, you found me. Here's a picture of Santa. Here's a picture of Rudolph or whatever it is, you know, for finding me, but keep it hush hush. Like, don't tell anyone I'm an elf. You have years of teenage Photoshop skills under your belt, making manips of Robert Pattinson with what is a manip? Is that a manipulation? Or like, when you say manips, I think of the bat nipples on the bat suit from the new Batman movies. For some reason, he has tactical bat nipples. You're a pretty tall elf. I'm just like Buddy. I have the same problem that Buddy the elf had for being really tall. I don't remember what his explanation for that was, but, you know, just your regular old super tall elf. I could do the glitter beard. You know, I could be a Santa in training. I'm trying to get the beard going for that. It's short for manipulation, photo manipulation. It's what we called it back in the MySpace era. Back when we had to shorthand everything because, you know, you had to save every precious second you could when you were trying to text on T9, and you had to, okay, I have to text this letter out, so 222333322255133333444. Do you really want to put glitter on your face? It's for the meme. You gotta do it for the meme, right? Like, if it's for the memes. And glitter beards got pretty popular for a while there, didn't they? I know there was one TikToker who made it really popular, so. And my boss always wants me to be on camera when I'm doing, like, video calls and stuff, so maybe maybe they won't have me come on camera anymore if I have a glitter beard. Should be so lucky. The idea of doing a glitter beard makes my beard itch profusely. I hate glitter. I don't think I've ever gotten that much glitter on me to think about it itching or hurting, so I've been fairly lucky, I guess I would say. Alright, we got your skulls, we got your stuff. Take down Zamboul, the Overseer. Alright, let's find Zamboul. Come out, Overseer. Emmy, speaking of MySpace, reminds me of it's kind of funny to see there's a bunch of people who've been posting on Twitter to Elon Musk about how cool it would be like if you could customize your Twitter page so that like your favorite song would play or your favorite photos would play when it pops up, and like if you could customize your Twitter page a little bit more. And it's like, oh, these poor children, they're so young, they don't remember MySpace era and how obnoxious and terrible it was to click on someone's MySpace page and have some horrible song blare in your ears and see photos that you really don't want to see and see the most awful combination of spaghetti code put together ever. Like, they don't remember the days of MySpace. Then again, I had dial-up, so it was awful because, like, loading a page took 20 minutes and all I would hear is some screeching noise or terrible music. Like, maybe that was more of a me problem than a generational problem, but dial-up sucked. It's not inherently itchy, it just gets everywhere. I do know glitter gets everywhere. It is famous for getting everywhere. Alright, we're taking this guy down. Man, I am starved for energy. I definitely need to reset my build. I messed some things up. I am desperate for energy all the time on this character. Let's heal up a little bit. I do miss some parts of MySpace. I do miss, like, forum RP and chat rooms. You know, everything's on Reddit now, but there was something strange about going into a chat room in the good old days where you're like, okay, am I going to meet perverts? Am I going to see images of people getting beheaded? Am I going to talk about Care Bears? Is this going to be a Beanie Baby chat room? Like, you never know. You never know what chaos you're going to get yourself into when joining a chat room. And there was something, I guess, wild and free about that. We have TikTok now. That is true. TikTok has definitely become the new chat room. That all sounds terrible. It was the Wild West of the internet. There was something exciting about never knowing what you're going to click on. Now, if you click on something random, like, you know, you're either going to get rickrolled or, you know, it's going to be fairly tame. But there was a Wild West of the internet where you just had no idea what was going to happen next. It was awful in a lot of ways. Don't get me wrong. It definitely was awful in a lot of ways. The downside to TikTok, though, is it's made everyone, like, not want to watch something for more than a few seconds. Like, if something's not interesting within the first second, like, then there's no point in watching the entire thing. And, like, I had that issue with, like, one of my most popular videos going around right now. Like, it was showing me the analytics, and this has, like, 100,000 views. I mean, it's not, like, viral, but it got a decent amount of views. And it said that, like, within the first 2 seconds, that's where I lost 50% of my views, was literally that people would watch it, see my face, and say, this is uninteresting, and then move on. Like, you didn't even give it a chance. That was less than 2 seconds. I can be interesting. It's just, you know, storytelling takes more than 2 seconds, right? Like, they're giving me a chance to build up to what I'm trying to do. I promise you, it gets interesting. But, no. 2 seconds. My mom had AOL parental internet filters on us, so no casual murder videos for me. I would say you missed out on the formative years, but I don't know that those are good formative years anyways. Child blocks. I know that, what show was it? There was one show that my dad hated so much that he threatened to put parental stuff on the TV if we tried to watch it. And I'm trying to remember what it was because it was so outrageous to us. And I'm pretty sure it was I think it was a Nickelodeon show. I'm pretty sure it was Nickelodeon. It was, The Amanda Show and all that. It was, you know, the Dancing Lobsters. The Amanda Show had, like, the Dancing Lobsters and, like, where she pretended to be a dumb judge or something. And my dad hated that TV show so much. We watched Adult Swim and other things, we probably shouldn't have been watching, but for the most part, he let us watch whatever we wanted to watch. But he considered that TV so dumb that he thought it would hurt our development to watch it. I just always thought it was so weird. Like, out of all the shows, like, we watched Saving Private Ryan, we watched History Channel, Nazis, all these other terrible things. I read Lord of the Flies in the 4th grade, children killing each other, jumping off cliffs, all that sort of things. But no, the Amanda Show was where the line was drawn. And looking back on it, I'm pretty sure that he had a point. Like, it definitely was pretty dumb, but I would say I think he had a point to at least a degree. No Amanda Bynes, but Beavis and Butthead on Adult Swim was okay. We never watched Beavis and Butthead. That was one also that he didn't want us to watch, and we just never watched, never had any interest in. But I'm pretty sure we never had interest in it because it was, like, just dumb to watch. Like, I don't know if we were too young to understand the humor, but I still to this day don't like Beavis and Butthead. I've tried to watch it a few times, and how can you sit through 100 or not 100, like 30 minutes of hey, Beavis, sniff my finger, Metallica rules. Like, I don't get it. I don't get that one at all. I've tried multiple times to enjoy it. And, like, obviously people liked it because it got a reboot, right? They remade or brought it back from the dead and made new episodes, and people have been talking about how good it is, but I don't understand Beavis and Butthead on, like, a fundamental level. I don't get it. Maybe it's just their laugh. Their laugh does drive me absolutely insane. That I hate it. I understand it's satire, but King of the Hill was way better. King of the Hill is an amazing... And they're talking about rebooting that. I was talking to Emmy about them rebooting King of the Hill. And I know that she's worried about them ruining it, but Mike Judge has been fairly solid. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. I'm willing to give it a chance. I would like to see, grown-up Bobby. I'd like to see what he does with his life. I can't imagine that they would follow Hank, because I'm pretty sure they're going to set it, like they all do. It's going to be 20 years in the future, so Bobby's going to be grown up, a father of himself, So I'm excited to see what they do with it. I think they can do it, but there is a good chance that they ruin it also. It just goes to show, no one has any original ideas left anymore, right? Everything's a reboot or a remake of something. Like, nothing's original anymore. I also think that King of the Hill has one of the best endings of all time. Like, King of the Hill has a solid ending. Avatar: The Last Airbender has an amazing ending that wraps it all up nicely. Futurama, I think, despite them being canceled a million times and having multiple different endings because they never know when they were actually going to end, I think they ended it on one of the best endings possible, and I don't think they're going to be able to one-up that with the reboot that Futurama's doing. But I'm trying to think of what other shows have just, like, the best endings. Like, Scrubs had an okay ending, and then they made a whole nother season that just absolutely ruined it. So I don't think Scrubs had a really good ending. Modern Family kind of fizzled out pretty hard. Parks and Rec had a pretty good ending, but it's hard to have a great ending. Avatar: The Last Airbender truly did have a really good ending. Like, I don't think you could have asked for a better ending of Avatar: The Last Bender. Korra had an amazing one too. I know that people don't like Korra. I know that they want it to be something that it's not, but I really feel like Korra gets a lot of unjust hatred. I really feel like Korra's not as bad as people say, but it wasn't like... They went into it saying, well, I want more Aang. Well, it's not about Aang, right? Aang's time has passed. I know you want to see the gang and what everyone was up to, but it's time for another hero to be able to move in, right? So I think too many people were expecting Korra to be something that it's not, and that led to them unjustly not giving it a chance. Because Korra was pretty good. They're making a video game, they're releasing a new movie, they're rebooting the show. Like, I'm happy to see what they'll do. Team Avatar does not make bad things. I was just talking to Emmy about that too, that there was one bad episode in all of Avatar, and it honestly, as far as bad episodes go, it's not even that bad of a bad episode. So they did amazingly solid work for 3 seasons. You still need to watch it? Korra or Avatar? Or both? I've honestly thought about, because I have a blue spirit mask. That's how much I like Avatar. I have cosplay of Avatar. I've thought about rewatching Avatar and Korra and doing like a TikTok series on like breaking down the episodes and talking about it, because I really love it. So maybe I need to rewatch it too. Alright, meeting up with that person over there. Alright, let's float over there. Ah, the flying again. The flying feels so good in this game. And, like, people complain about Korra has too much, like, teenage love triangles and love stuff, but, like, Avatar had a lot of love stuff, too. It was just focused on Aang and Katara. And honestly, I will fight anyone on this. I know, here comes unpopular Avatar opinion. Aang should not have ended up with Katara. Katara and Zuko was a much better relationship, and I think they should have been together. And I know people are going to be unhappy with that because they love Aang and Katara, but no. Zuko and Katara should have ended up together. There is no doubt in my mind on that one. No doubt in my mind. Dex, have you seen Wednesday or Guillermo's Cabinet of Curiosity? I know neither of those. I strongly disagree, like, strongly. See, I know people love Katara and Aang, but, like, Zuko and Katara had, like, this yin and yang. They were opposites, but they both had, like, so many things that brought them together. And there was... I guarantee they were supposed to end up together, because there was that episode where they were locked in the cave and Katara sacrifices her water to save him. Like, it was very clear that they were trying to put them together, and I think they should have had the courage to keep those two together. I think Aang would have been better suited with Toph. But you know, Toph and oh, why am I forgetting his name now? Why can I not remember his name? Boomerang guy. I'm totally drawing a blank on his name. They made a good child together, right? So that's acceptable too. What is his name? Katara's brother. That's gonna bother me. Not Boomy. Sokka. Yeah, Sokka. Why did I forget that? Honestly, I think Sokka had the best story out of everyone in Avatar. And I know someone posted about this a while ago, but it was really cool to see in like one of those things that was easily missed. Swaddle's here. Good morning, Swaddle. While Aang was mastering the 4 elements, Sokka got his own mastering arc where he mastered the fighting style of all the non-benders, because he learned from Suki's tribe, you know, the traditional fan fighting. He learned sword fighting from the Fire Nation, and he learned a little bit of the air fighting from the airbenders when he liked the inventing and all that, the airbenders who took over in those episodes. So it's kind of easily missed and kind of on the wayside, but Sokka kind of became the avatar of fighting styles, and I think that was a really cool thing, that he went from kind of this side joke character who had a lot of depth to him, but it was lost on the comedy, that he actually became powerful, smart. He had a lot to him, but he didn't lose what made him him, you know? I think they did Sokka very well. I think he had one of the best stories in all of Avatar, like, period. Ooh, we found a treasure chest full of stuff. Excellent. And that's hard to, like, it's hard to pick what character had the best character development, because, like, you have Zuko's redemption arc, which was absolutely phenomenally done, and there's so many little things that that like it was planned from the beginning. Like, you can see in very early episodes, Uncle's telling Zuko to look towards the light and follow the light, and yes, that can be literally taken as the Avatar's light, but it can also be look towards the light inside you, the good inside you, follow that. You can see those parallels are drawn so early on. So Zuko's redemption arc is phenomenally done. Toph, is the spoiled princess. She doesn't necessarily have a lot of growth, but that's also because she has a flat character arc. And I know that people have this underratedness for the flat character arc, because there's either like this positive character arc where, okay, the character grows and learns something, or there's a negative character arc where they fall too deep into it. But, like, Goku's another example of a flat character arc, right? You have a character who already accepts these universal truths. They don't have anywhere to go because they've already accepted this truth of the universe. And that's what Goku does. Goku already accepts this universal truth. He doesn't have to learn anything. He doesn't have to grow mentally or anything like that, because he already accepts it. I think that's where Toph is at too. Like, Toph has this acceptance of the world that doesn't need to change because she's already got these ideals that are fairly right. She just has a little bit of, spoiled princess to get rid of, but, how many of us don't have one or two flaws like that ourselves? It's actually, I don't know how much... Emmy, how much can I talk about our book characters? Because I know that we're still working on that. We don't want to share too much. But I want to talk about Tao and Tui. Just their relationship and, like, perspectives on how things are, because I think we've done something pretty awesome with that. But okay, that's fine. So we have these characters, Tao and Tui, that are sisters, and they have two vastly different worldviews that were, influenced by the way that they grew up. But it's interesting to see. So, like, Tao's this younger sister Tui's the younger sister who's all about, like, strict regiment and fighting, and I'm the protector, and I make my own in this world. Who thinks that her older sister is this happy-go-lucky, carefree, doesn't have a care in the world, but she was shielded as a child from what her older sister had to do, from a lot of terrible things that were going on, and a lot of things that she doesn't even know that happened, right? So she thinks she has this absolutely correct worldview because she was shielded from the actual things that happened. And I think that's something that's very hard to do. Have a character who has a set worldview that they think is absolutely correct, but it's so wrong because they don't know what they were shielded from. And I know Emmy draws a lot of that from her real life experience, right? Being the older sibling who has to shield the younger siblings from things, and then those younger siblings grow up not even knowing those things happen, those traumas, those issues. They don't realize that those things are even out there because they were so well shielded from it, that then they go and say, oh, well, so-and-so has it easy because they never had to deal with the trauma we had to deal with. And it's like, what are you talking about? You didn't have half the trauma you should have had because I was the one protecting you from it. It's so interesting to see how that can develop both in writing and in real world. This, you shielded me from trauma, so I don't even know this trauma exists, so I act like I'm the one who has all the problems because I don't even know all these problems that I don't even know exist because you did such a good job of shielding me from it. I know I'm rambling at this point, but I always think it's really fascinating and a really a really strange phenomena, both again in writing and happens in the real world. Because again, like I said, that's drawn from real world inspiration that Emmy has. Oh boy, this is not good. We're losing this fight. It's time to pop some cooldowns. Pop everything and hope for the best. Okay, well, we're gonna blind you. Take a second to heal. The best part about being a rogue, fight's not going my way, just throw some dirt in his eyes, and I stand here, heal up, let some cooldowns come off cooldown. Now we can re-engage the fight on my terms, and we have a much better chance of winning this one. Look at that. That is why rogue is the best class. Right there. We still need a couple more totems. Okay. Sorry, I know I rambled a lot there, but when it comes to the book and our writing and all that, like I could talk for hours on it. I can't wait to finish it. Or I guess I should rather say I can't wait for Emmy to finish it because she's the one putting in the most work in the actual writing. Because one thing I guess you wouldn't think of, but is actually a pain in the rear, is like her and I have vastly different writing styles. So if we're writing a book together, you can't have the book change writing styles and perspectives and all that in the middle of the book, right? So you have to, well, she has to go back through basically and take all of my writing and then turn it into her voice so that there's one consistent voice, tone, and all that throughout the entirety of the book. So I gotta imagine that is no easy feat. And like our writing styles are so different. Like I tend to use a lot of humor in my writing, a lot of not so serious, which is great for our characters, but again, her writing style is so much better than mine. She uses a lot of colorful language, a lot more description, a lot more poetry, a lot more like writing tools. So she takes it's basically like the trope of like the dumb D&D barbarian asking the bard to like, bard, write something pretty with my words. And then the bard having to take like grog smash good and turn that into an epic ballad. Like that's what she has to do. It's no easy feat. Would be a cool concept. We make certain chapters at the perspective of different characters and be in your voice to be different from the rest. I thought about that. I'm pretty sure I suggested that at one point too, but it's very jarring. I know some books do that where it's like written from the first person's perspective of different characters, and it's very jarring to go from one writing style to the next. And our writing styles are so different that jarring is the right word for it. Especially when I write one of our characters, Senway Fun, is one of my absolute favorite characters to write. But like the way I write him is darn near like unintelligible because he's got such a heavy accent and he just speaks in this weird like broken riddle that like it would be like reading an entirely different book while you're trying to read one book. Like Senway Fun is unintelligible at best, but my absolute favorite character to write. Without a doubt, he is my favorite. Alright, gotta destroy more totems, kill more birds, and control the weather. We do that loosely. Each chapter is primarily focused on each character, so I keep his dialogue and the general action, but add filler that matches the rest of the overall. Yeah. Definitely the characters keep their personalities when she ghost writes for me. I guess that's the term. You're basically ghost writing for me. Or I ghost write for you. I'm not sure which one it is. Alright, let's take this guy on. Let's see if we can beat him. Okay, this isn't going terribly so far. We're dealing some damage. Okay, fight's going our way. I've popped a lot of cooldowns already. This might get bad. dude's casting hurts a lot. We got him halfway down, but I think I'm going to run out of juice. We can do this. We can win this fight. Pop that. Pop this. Interrupt that. Oh, come on, we're close. Cloak of Shadows, make his spells do less damage. Up our criticals. Cooldown. One more cooldown. We'll heal up. Kidney shot, stun him. We can do this. We can do it. Come on. Come on. So close. There we go. Woo! Alright, we got toy. We got accommodation. Titan training matrix. Ooh. Oh, that's a shame. I can't sell that, but this character doesn't craft. Bummer. All the Santa letters were adopted? That's bittersweet. Emmy was looking at like adopting a Santa letter where basically we write a letter as Santa and send some gifts to a family. So I know she wanted to do that, but at the same time, like it's a good thing, I guess, that they're all taken. That means people are making sure those families get what they want and those kids get good things. We still got the Tree of Giving too, right? Like we can still, there's still plenty of ways to help people. So we also have a lot of Thanksgiving leftovers that not leftovers, we're making things for like the free fridge. So there's still plenty we can do to help the families around here. But it's very good that that the kids are getting adopted and getting what they want and all that. Ooh, this person's fairly hurt. Oh, where the heck they go? Oh, they stealth? No? Let's see if they pop back up. We might take that person out. Have you seen the unlimited item drop glitch in Pokemon Scarlet? I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it in action. That person just disappeared. I thought we were going to take them out, but apparently not. Alright, what are we doing? We're freeing birds. We're breaking stuff. Oh, we need to take out these guys. That's a lot of guys to take out. We're going to try. I'm doing it for Stardust. I'm going to be rich. Working on stitching while listening to your stream, and I thought it was funny where it braked. Not at all. Would I be a bad person if I tried that glitch? You know, there is a lot of controversy that goes around like cheating and glitching when you're playing single player, and it seems like the weirdest thing. Like if you're not playing a multiplayer game and you're just playing by yourself, what difference does it make if a person quote cheats or makes the game easier for themselves? Like it's the whole argument with like an easy mode in Elden Ring. Like if it's a single player game and it's not impacting someone like in a multiplayer sense, what difference does it make if someone dupes an idea or dupes an item or cheats slightly? Like it's a single player game. You're not going to hurt anything. Emmy, what do you mean my stream broke? Did something like actually physically break or did it just lag? Can you tell me more about what happened? Got into a hacked raid in Sword and Shield that got me 999 rare candies. Nice. The exception is multiplayer games. Like so, Payday 2, a bank robbing game. Really fun game. I joined a multiplayer lobby, like my first game, literally like the first game that I played. Someone hacked the game that I was playing and gave me like unlimited items and money, and like it did pretty much ruin the game for me because I couldn't get rid of it, so I instantly had everything automatically unlocked and everything was like already done for me, so it kind of ruined the multiplayer. That the first game I joined, everything was already done for me, and like there was no more point in progressing because it was already taken at that point, so multiplayer is a little bit different. But hacking I wouldn't mess with because I wouldn't want to get banned. There's a lot of people who definitely hack the online, and yeah, same reason I would not mess with the hacking for the same reason. But Single player doesn't matter too much. But like the people who hack in Call of Duty and ruin other people's multiplayer experience, that one's frustrating. You sent a photo of a link where you were stitching. Pause, so click and that'll make sense. Click the link. Okay, I'll click that in just a second. Will it pop up on my computer screen? Like, is there anything that I shouldn't like show on stream, or is it safe for the stream? It's safe for work. What do we got here? Oh, please don't share. You're going so far on that. You're so good at cross-stitching. I know you've told me I can cross-stitch too, but honestly, like, with my fear of needles, like, my biggest fear, honestly, is just stabbing myself with the needle time and time again, and I really don't want that. I know I could wear, like, a thimble or whatever it is, but I really don't want to get poked with a needle. You get used to it. See, that is not something that I want to get used to. It's like Gary, who's used to crashing his drones. Like, I don't want to get used to breaking a $1,000 drone, right? Haven't found a star shard since you got the glitch. I stab myself every day, you'll be fine. Is it in the desert you'll find one? It doesn't work with Pokeball drops, just shiny spots. Is that more glitches for Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet? I'm still on Sword and Shield, apparently. Alright. This quest is taking a little bit longer than I thought it would, but we're making progress. I feel like I'm doing I feel like half the time I do no damage and then like I get a whole bunch of criticals in a row and I absolutely destroy. Like I need to level it out where I'm not so much luck based, because I feel like a huge part of my build is like luck based, and I want to eliminate some of that luck in the game, you know? This honestly, like, that's why I suck so bad at card games, for the same reason, is like I'm so bad at building a deck that eliminates bad luck. Because, like, what do you do when you get a bad draw? Well, it's all about luck at that point. But if you build your deck to limit that bad luck, then that's where you do well. Troll King's here. Welcome in, Troll King. How's it going? I was looking at getting into a card game, too. What is it? Blood and Honor, I think? Came out a couple of years ago, and it's kind of fairly popular, but not 100%. So I don't know if I'm going to get into that one or not yet, to be honest. I don't have room for another hobby. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're just doing WoW questing and chatting about Avatar and hobbies and a little bit of everything. Alright, so we need some more Primalists. We need to destroy some wagons. And take out one more of these guys. Let's take out this dude. Alright, that quest is done. Some Horde over there. We don't want, again, a fight with them. They will kick my butt 2 versus 1. So let's Let's casually move away from them over here and see what we can find. Need to fight the primalists. Okay. Oh, there's something up here for me. Let's go do that. Love that chain shot right there. Feels like the hook shot in Legend of Zelda, the grappling hook, honestly. Which, there was some news about Legend of Zelda, by the way, right? It got delayed again or something like that, I think. Meant to tell me earlier you're not bad at low-light photography. Yeah, low-light photography I'm good at, but the street photography and all that is my main weakness right now. I really need to get better at that. I'd like to at least be well-rounded enough that if I wanted to go do it, like, it wouldn't be bad. That's all I'm looking for. Zelda should be out in March, should it? I've not kept track. I just heard someone mention that there was like another delay or something, so that's not good stuff. Okay, there's too many enemies there. We need to take some of them out here. Zelda's out in March. I'm very excited for that. Very excited for the next Legend of Zelda. April. I'm really hoping, though, I really hope they got rid of the weapon durability, because that was like the main thing I hated. So I really, really hope they got rid of weapon durability, because I did not enjoy the weapon durability in the least. Alright, we'll take these guys on one at a time. That'll make this a little bit easier. Alright, that's one. Stun. Fire the pistol. Dispatch. Interrupt. That one's down. And last one. Interrupt that. There we go. It's amazing how just like stunning one person or doing a couple things can really like change the outcome of a whole fight. I know that sounds silly because it's like removing people from a fight, but it really does make such a difference. And that's where rogues just really shine, is in control. And I love my two favorite tropes to play in like video games and like character wise. I absolutely love to play people who control the battlefield, and I really love to play characters that can like they self-heal, like bruisers, characters who are really hard to take down, and they heal themselves in the middle of the fight, so it makes it like really hard. They're like just like really sticky. That's why I like playing tanks a lot, because I really enjoy playing as characters where it's like, oh, I'm beating you, you're at half health, and then a few seconds later, how'd they get back up to max health? Like, I really love those two tropes. My two favorite kind of characters to play. Alright, let's turn in all the quests. And now we need to protect Boku from some enemies. Okay. And we got a level up. New talent. Ooh. Can learn Thistle Tea. Alright, where'd Boku go? Where are you at? Let's take this guy out really quick. Got another rare to fight. Ooh, that Thistle Tea is amazing. My energy's going crazy. Alright, so apparently I needed Thistle Tea. That's what my build was missing. Google says Breath of the Wild 2 is out in May 12th. Excellent. I wonder if they're going to do any good pre-order bonuses. Like, Pokemon had some absolute garbage pre-order bonuses. I wonder if they're going to give us anything better than that. Ooh. Horned cowl. Yeah, let's equip that. That's kind of a cool helmet. I like that. I really dig that. Look at that. Glowing horns. A little bit of a face mask. I really like that helmet. Alright, let's help this guy out. He doesn't really need my help, but we're going to help him anyways. I don't know what other games I'm excited for that are coming out soon. I've kind of fallen out of it. I know this month had a huge stack of games coming out, so I don't know when the next big releases are coming. I did get the new God of War, and that game has been pretty amazing. Although, I found myself, Emmy was asking, can you tell me the story of God of War? And I realized there's like 6 games now, 7 games for God of War, and the story kind of staggeringly jumped from I'm angry and killing the gods to what happened when they went into like the Norse mythology. So like trying to explain the last 7 games of God of War was a little difficult. I'm pretty sure this is it for holiday releases. And yeah, holiday releases were Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, and Pokemon, which have all been fairly solid releases. I know I'm pretty critical of the new Pokemon, but pretty good holiday season for games, I think. Solid holiday releases. Alright, take that guy out. Let's grab this. Heal up a little bit. Oh, this guy's hurting me. Out of energy. This'll tea. Alright, good. Let's find some place we can eat really quick. Oh, that's not good. Dude spawns right on top of me. It's not a fair fight, but I think I can win this one too. I just want to eat my pie in peace. Leave me alone. A little bit more. Dude, stop respawning. Like, you're clearly not winning this fight, so why do you keep spawning here? I need my poisons. I lost my poisons, too. Oh, apparently I'm done with the quest. I really dig that helmet. My character looks absolutely hideous, but I like the helmet. It's so jarring to see these cinematics, because if you've seen any of like the cinematics that Blizzard launches for like pre-expansions and stuff, like they have some of the best cinematics in all of gaming, and then you watch a cinematic like that and you're like, what are you doing, Blizzard? Like, I've seen your work. It is much better than that. Like, I get they can't pay the money to always have wonderful cutscenes like that, but come on now. Ooh, I got centaur hunts. Okay. Alright, gotta deliver a report. Okay, so we've got quests all over the place. Let's turn in. And there's a dragon glyph nearby. Oh, so there is. Did I miss it? I did. Okay. Let's get that. Go down here. Grab an herb really quick. Oh, I got a quest. Alright, we gotta go meet with a trainer. Look at this. This is what peak WoW is, though. Look at all those quests. Look at how much I have to do. Like, that is so peak World of Warcraft, is a million quests all around you. It feels good. Got more quests. I don't think I can handle any more quests right now, so let's grab this. And go turn in some other quests. There's another dragon glyph nearby. Well, 352 yards away, 312. Okay, we're getting closer to it. Okay, it's somewhere over there. Let's give our dragon a chance to rest up here a little bit. So we can fly up. $191. So we're getting closer. 196. Nope, we have gone. We have gone too far, too far. Let's go back. We've gone. Ooh. There's hunts. They're doing all sorts of good stuff. There's some good stuff they've introduced in this expansion for certain. Oh, this is not good. Alright, let's... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pause. I need to use the restroom. We're going to stealth here. I'll be right back and we'll let our dragon recharge. Alright, thank you for bearing with me. Let's see here. My dragon should be charged up again. Yes. Alright, let's fly up, up, and see if we can find that thing we're looking for. There it is. Alright. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yay, we got it. Okay. Excellent. Now we'll go down here. Turn in this quest. Zoom in. Alright, what do we got here? Okay, so these are like redoable quests. So these are like the hunting camps. And I can do quests here for reputation and other stuff. What do you... Caches, contain supplies and stuff. Okay. That's pretty cool. So that's like end game stuff. We're not ready to do that just yet here. We're just going to keep doing the story quests. There's a lot of other quests I need to do for reputation and stuff, but also, like, I don't want to finish leveling before I'm done with the story, right? So, we're going to keep moving the story forward. Alright, what do you got for me? You sent me Call of the Hunt. And... something up here. Just gonna turn in all the quests. Got a hunting trophy. What do I get for the hunting trophy? 25 reputation. That's barely worth it, but okay. On to the main quest. I'm gonna run up this. I know I've said it like 3 times already, but I really like this helmet. I might build a whole transmog just around this helmet. I think I'm going to have to do a dungeon here soon. Alright, we're outnumbered. They're going to do their final attack. I just got something. A trinket? That. Critical strike in 276. Ooh. No, we're going to keep with what we got, I think. Actually, no. Item level is more important right now. We're going to grab as much item level as we can. Listening to the report. Alright, report heard. No-Kud Offensive. Is that the dungeon quest? Dungeon quest. Okay, we do have a dungeon quest that we need to do. Don't know what to do with your 14,000 channel reward points. I do need to find more things to do for the channel reward points. So I will find something to do with those eventually. Eventually. I have 31,000. Need to make a higher tier spending. Like I said, I've talked about going over to YouTube, honestly, for a few different reasons. But I haven't decided what I'm doing. Because, like, if I do the streaming on Twitch, Twitch allows me to then turn things into a like a short and do different things like that, which is really, really good. But like YouTube gives me the watch time that I need to monetize for ads on YouTube, and YouTube is worth, you know, more money and more views and a whole bunch of other stuff. So like both are good. I could stream to both at once. Like I just need to figure out what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, I guess, before I decide what I'm doing. That's the issue I'm running into. Because everyone knows, it's no secret that Twitch does not pay well. And even though it's not about the money, you know, if YouTube's going to pay me just to stream there, then why wouldn't I? Alright, retake the horn before they can destroy it. Rescue Terrari. Alright, pretty easy. Alright, let's take out a whole bunch of people all at once. That feels good. Nice. Made a lot of progress all at once there. Let's rescue some people. Completing this quest quickly and nicely. There we go. I do think I'm going to end the stream here soon. My voice is starting to feel it for talking for the last, you know, going on hour and a half, 2 hours. So it might be time to end the stream soon. But I think Emmy might stream today. I don't know. Are you streaming today, love? So if you can't get enough of us, she's going to be doing her cross stitch at some point. I don't know if it's going to be today. Maybe tonight while you're out doing RC car stuff. I was considering live streaming from the track on TikTok as well, but I don't know how noisy it is. I don't know how well that's going to work. It might be... I mean, there's a huge RC car community. Like, I did not anticipate this many people caring about RC cars. So I might give it a try. A sneaky stream. Oh, the dungeon's up. Kind of in the way here, but, you know. Alright, let's do the dungeon and then I'll end the stream. So, there's your 10-15 minute warning where we're going to complete this dungeon and then we're going to leave. So dungeons in WoW, if you have never played WoW, they are group content. So basically you get together and you have to take down huge bosses and mobs of trash. This is a huge dungeon. Look at this, Emmy. Look at how big this dungeon is. It's literally the whole zone. Oh, you get to use your mounts in it. That's why. That's pretty cool. This is really neat. They get implement your mount in the dungeon and fly across the entire zone. Of course, I don't know where I'm going, but, you know. Alright, where are y'all at? What are y'all doing? Am I healing or DPSing? Well, I'm on my rogue, so I am DPSing because I cannot heal on this character. I wish I could. I love healers, but... this is the fate I have chosen for now. No, I'm on my rogue. I wonder if that's a reference. So that thing over there is a Dragon Killer Lance, and there, of course, is that really popular D&D series, Dragon Lance. I wonder if that's a... Ooh. Oh, we're almost done. Let's back up. Oh, that's not good. What happened? Oh, my party got destroyed. This is not looking good for... Not looking good for the party. How am I taking damage? What is hurting me? I do not know what's going on in here. Oh, I'm about to die. Alright. What is the party doing? This is the one downside to doing group content, is you have to rely on strangers to do good. And that is not always possible for random people on the internet. It's only day 2. I mean, that is true. Everyone's still got to learn the dungeons. Honestly, that's what stops me from tanking in the new WoW, is that, you know, you have to learn all these dungeons, and everyone cares about, like, mythic rating and all that sort of thing, and you have to learn all the mechanics, and, like, the tank has to know everything, and I just don't have the time to learn how to do everything anymore, you know? So that's where, like, the healer doesn't have to know quite as much as the tank, but you still have to know quite a lot, and that's what stops me from doing all that. In modern day, I just don't have the time to sit there and dedicate to learn all the shortcuts, all the things, you know. I don't want my video game to become a chore. Oh, they're pulling. Oh, they pulling. Pulling too much. This might be a lost cause here. They're getting their butts kicked over there. Alright. Don't come for me this time. And, like, the tank and healer always get the blame. No matter who messes up or who does what wrong, it's always inevitably the tank and the healer who get yelled at for it. And that gets old real quick. And, like, we did some raiding back in the day for a little bit, but I quickly learned that I did not want to be a raid leader, because, like, the raid leader has to organize 40 people to do a fight, and, like, I deal with enough frustrating people when it comes to, like, customer service and work, all that. Like, my for fun time doesn't need to be spent trying to get 40 people to follow instructions, because it is as difficult as it sounds. Like, you would think everyone's playing this game to win, so they would do what they're told, but, like, even simple instructions like don't do this or only do this quickly becomes some impossible feat when you get 40 people together, and I don't understand why, but, you know. So I am not a raid leader. I am not cut out for that. That is not something I want to spend my for fun time doing, is trying to get literal adults to follow directions. Again, I don't know why that's such a struggle, but any raid leader can tell you it is the most frustrating thing in the world. When some of the fights are super, super simple. It's not even like complex directions. It's literally like, avoid the glowing stuff and click a button. And that becomes some impossible task when all of a sudden everyone's together. And it definitely is as frustrating as it sounds like. Like, I'm downplaying it. It is super frustrating when you're been doing it for 3 hours and they still can't manage to follow the rules. Alright, we got one more weapon to take down. I think they're slowly figuring it out. We haven't had much issue here, so I think they think they figured it out here. Let's take out this ad. Learn the rules, establishment. I mean, like, if you don't want to follow the rules, that's fine, but don't join a raid, right? If you don't want to listen to other people tell you what to do, then play the game on your own terms. But when you're involving other people's time and other people's efforts and everything else, right? Like, you just got to be respectful of that. That shouldn't be too big of an ask, right? Gonna take off early, got a work call. Have a good day, Dexter. Hope the work call goes well. He's about to cast Eruption, okay. What does Eruption do? Doesn't look like anything, so we're okay. Dodge that. Back in. And down goes the boss. No loot. Alright, next boss. Get in this wind tunnel. This one, I really like this design. So far, favorite dungeon for sure. Alright, where's the rest of my party at? Looks like I overshot them. No big deal. Alright. AoE's done. There's a flight master here. You can fly around the area if you want. That's pretty cool. All right, what are we doing here? All right, there goes our AoE. Definitely need to make some changes to like this up here. It's too hard to see while I'm concentrating down here to keep tabs on like my AoE. So gonna have to make some changes to my UI to make this more friendly while I'm trying to do stuff. Gotta keep track. There's a lot to keep track of. That's definitely one of the hard parts of raiding too, is like keeping track of all the things going on right now is very difficult. Very difficult to do. Alright. So we gotta destroy the totems and that will free the boss. Okay. Seems simple enough. Oh, clicked the wrong button. That is why we don't click buttons. We use the numbers, so that doesn't happen. Alright, here's another totem. Activate everything. Alright, going full damage, and there goes... Yeah, that was a bad setup. I gotta learn to set up better there. I don't want to activate my AoE until I've already got Slice and Dice activated and my dice activated. We're still learning. Still leveling, still learning, so... One more totem. That was kind of cool. I don't know if you saw that, the whole screen started to get dark. I wonder if there's some sort of effect that's doing that. That's pretty cool. Alright, we got Slice and Dice up. Let's get that set up, and now we can set that. There we go. That's much better for AoE. Much better damage. Like, when you're playing damage, your only job is to do damage. So if you're not good at that, like, what else are you doing there? Okay, we can take on the boss. Probably going to take this guy out first, yeah. Alright, we should be halfway through the dungeon once this boss is taken down, so not bad. Making good progress. Little bumpy in the beginning, but yeah, we're all learning mechanics still. It's to be expected. Alright, so we want to set everything up here, so we're going to go in, Slice and Dice active, roll the bones. Here we go. Critical going. Popping all of our cooldowns. Let's move out of the blast. Back in. AoE. Slice and Dice is almost done. Let's refresh that. Okay, we're going to take out these. Roll the bones. Move out of everyone's way. Alright, we're getting this down. We're doing good. This is doing good so far. Little energy starve, that's okay. Love that grappling hook. That is definitely one of the coolest abilities. Back in. Come on, give me some loot. No loot again? Alright, where are we going next? Apparently over here. So the druid hath decided. Stealth. Another totem. Roll the bones. Activate AoE. Let's do some damage. Ooh. More things to fight. Okay. Reset Slice and Dice. Get some energy going. AoE active. And here we go. I have no idea what we're doing here. I'm guessing it's more totems, destroy more totems to unlock the boss. That seems to be their favorite thing right now is totems. Apparently we're taking off. I don't know what those giant ominous orbs are, but it doesn't seem like they're hurting us too bad, so we'll live with it. That was one of the things that MMOs are bad about. I don't know what we're doing here. That's how I felt the whole time. So one of the things that like early MMOs did terribly, and like WoW's probably the most responsible for this lately, but it's slightly getting better, is like there's so much going on the screens like this. Like anyone who doesn't know the game, like Swaddle's saying, like you look at this and you're like, what the heck is going on here? Like there's so much going on. Green stuff flying everywhere, enemies everywhere, all these flying orbs. Like you get lost in it so easy, like trying to figure out what the heck is all of this. Like old MMOs were pretty bad about it. Final Fantasy actually did a really good job of making it a little bit more accessible, where you can figure out what the heck is going on, but it's still pretty bad. You get lost in all the swirling stuff and the dangers. Like it's so bad that they invented an add-on so that you don't have to know what's going on, that they'll literally just tell you like, move to your left, move to your right, they're casting this, look out for this. Like, and they built the entire raids now around that. Like you can't raid without that add-on, and so they use it like as a crutch to be like, oh, don't worry, someone will tell you what to do, so we don't have to make our fights readable. You don't have to know what's going on. You just have to download the add-ons that tell you everything for you. And it's like, I think that's really detrimental to the game. I think it's really terrible that they design their bosses around the expectation that you'll have an automated bot going in the background that'll tell you everything that's going on. Like, that's not an excuse for bad game design, right? Like, if you can't design it in such a way that people can't have a reasonable expectation of what's going on, then you failed as a game designer. Like, they rely on it as a crutch, and that's super terrible. It's one of those things I wish we could get rid of. Like, if it didn't exist, they would actually have to make, the game good. But right now they just rely on it like, oh, well, this exists, so we don't have to try. And I think that's really terrible for the community. And I really wish they would get rid of it, but they don't plan on doing that anytime soon, so Final Fantasy did it right, though. They definitely put a lot of work into making sure you know what's going on at all times. So I gotta give them kudos for that. They did a very good job on that. Man, these guys move around a lot. Oh, shoot. I did not move fast enough there. Alright, this person's casting something bad, so we should probably try and stop them. Alright, one more boss. Come on, drop something for me. Nothing. No loot for 3 bosses. That is the other downside to dungeons, is when you get nothing for doing them. Same thing is super disappointing for raids. Like, you spend hours raiding and then you get no gear. Like, it feels awful. And like, I get part of it is like, oh, well, you're playing with friends and you don't always get gear, but they get gear, so it's a team effort, so it's supposed to feel good that they're getting it. But like, I'm playing with random people. I'm supposed to feel good that they're getting gear. Like, that doesn't help me. Why am I supposed to feel good about that? Alright, we've got about 3 more monsters and then the end boss, and then we're done. Ah, stunned twice. That's also game design that they have said time and time again that they know that players hate, like this. Losing control of your character is super unfun, and yet they continue to put multiple monsters at a time who will take control of your character away. Like, I get that it's hard to play around, and that's kind of the point, is the increase of the challenge, but like they know that people hate losing control of their character, and yet they still continually put it in the game. Why? Why would you continually put something in that people have said time and time again that they absolutely hate? What are you doing, Blizzard? Why are you doing this? And it's especially hard for, this is one of those things, like, if you don't know anything about MMOs, if you know nothing else, know that there's this huge thing where, like, melee always gets the short end of the stick, because, you know, ranged characters can just sit back. They're out of range. They don't get hit by any of this. But the melee characters have to continually dodge this, and so there's this huge debate about whether or not ranged characters should get to do as much damage as melee characters. Because, like, I'm a melee character. You see me, I have to, like, dodge in and out of all this stuff. Well, if I was playing, like, a hunter who has a range, I wouldn't have to dodge any of this. So I could continually cast my spells and do more damage. So the question always goes back to, should ranged characters be able to do as much damage as melee characters, because they don't have to work as hard. They don't have to dodge the stuff. They don't have to think about any of that. And I'm kind of on the side of maybe not. You know, melee characters should get a little bonus for having to put up with all that, right? It's like the Pokemon company, they just don't care. I mean, fair. That is probably a big part of it, is people are still going to play, so why should I care if they don't like it, because they're still going to buy it. And fair point. You know, if everyone boycotted it and they sold 0 copies of the game because people didn't like it enough, that would certainly send a message. And I don't think that'll ever happen. Alright. 2 more mobs, then the end. We've got this. Roll the bones, setting everything up, and AoE. The other thing is the noise. Like, again, I know I have my noise, like, really set to low, but hearing 80 different characters screaming all the time is, like, the worst sound design. And I get that they want, like, audio cues and things like that, but man, does it get old. Like, most people play with their sound off, which tells you that how bad is your sound design that people turn the sound off because they just don't want to hear it. Like, they definitely need to find a way to make that better too. People would have to go Sonic on them. I am still amazed that we got the Sonic movie and it was good because people complained enough. One of the few times that complaining actually worked out in people's favor. Alright, Blood Khan. Let us take him out. Alright, slice and dice up. Roll the bones up. Here we go. Set up my shots and... Damage. Popper cooldowns, more damage. Look at all that. Go. That's the other thing they need to put in. They need to put damage meters in the game. Like, I have no idea if I'm actually doing a lot of damage or not, because there's no way to tell, like, to compare yourself to others. And I know that people say that damage meters are toxic because then people are just, you know, comparing themselves to everyone else. Gotta go put the baby down for a nap. Have a good day. We'll see you next time. Thank you for hanging out. Alright. We're almost done with this dungeon anyway, so we're almost done as it is. So you're not going to miss much. We've got maybe 20 seconds left in this fight. If that. Alright, dodge all the electric. Slice and dice is up. Oh, wait, our tank went down. That's not good. Come on. We can take him down. I don't think I have any more cooldowns to pop. It's almost down. Come on. 2 people are gone. Pop evasion. Just in case. We did it. And still no gear. 4 bosses with no gear. Boo. Oh, my camera froze anyways, apparently, so. Alright. I said we were going to stream the dungeon, and then we're done, so I think we're done. So thank you everyone for hanging out today. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all later. Have a blessed day. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see you next time.